In California's vast fields, tomatoes are more than just a crop. They're part of a massive tech-driven system. Machines work with surgical precision, harvesting billions of tomatoes each year while maintaining consistent quality. It's not just about speed or volume. It's about transforming agriculture into something smarter, leaner, and more scalable. This isn't manual labor with modern tools. It's full-scale automation guided by real-time decisions. And it all starts right here, with innovation rooted in the soil. Today, you'll see how American agriculture has evolved into an industrial powerhouse. From cutting-edge harvesters to data-driven crop management, every stage is optimized for performance. Sensors, GPS, and intelligent systems make sure every tomato is collected efficiently and sustainably. It's a combination of precision farming and environmental responsibility, working in perfect sync. And the result? A supply chain that feeds millions without skipping a beat. So if you're curious about how the food industry is being reshaped from the ground up, this video is your front row seat to a revolution happening in plain sight. Let's explore a world where farming meets engineering, and tradition embraces innovation. Get ready to see agriculture like you've never seen before, fast, smart, and globally relevant. It's time to dive into the future of farming, already in full motion. Now, you might be picturing rows of farmers hunched over picking tomatoes under the hot sun, their hands moving swiftly yet carefully to avoid damaging the delicate fruit. And yeah, that used to be the way. For generations, this labor-intensive process was the backbone of tomato farming. But not anymore, my friends. These days it's all about mechanization. The landscape of agriculture has transformed dramatically. We're talking massive harvesting machines that look like they rolled right off the set of a sci-fi movie. These machines are not just big, they are incredibly sophisticated. These behemoths are engineering marvels, designed to gently pluck ripe tomatoes from the vine without so much as a bruise. They handle the fruit with a level of care that rivals human touch. They're faster, more efficient, and can work around the clock, which is good news for the farmers and good news for your pizza toppings. Imagine the productivity boost. And don't even get me started on the sensors and cameras these things are packing. The technology is mind-blowing. We're talking facial recognition, but for tomatoes. These sensors can detect the ripeness of a tomato with pinpoint accuracy. They can tell a ripe tomato from a green one from a mile away practically. This level of precision ensures only the best tomatoes make it to your table. This ain't your grandpappy's farm anymore, folks. The contrast between traditional and modern methods is stark. This is the future of food production, and it's happening right here in California. The Golden State is leading the charge in agricultural innovation. So, we've established that these machines are impressive, but let's talk numbers for a second. The scale of tomato production in California is truly mind-boggling. California produces billions, with a B of tomatoes every single year. That's right, billions of these juicy red fruits are harvested annually. That's enough to fill up the Grand Canyon, probably twice. Imagine the sheer volume and the logistics involved in managing such a massive harvest. Okay, maybe not the whole canyon, but you get the idea. The point is, it's an astronomical amount of tomatoes. It's a lot of tomatoes. And this is just the beginning of their journey from the field to your table. And it's not just about quantity, folks. The quality of these tomatoes is equally impressive. These tomatoes are feeding America and beyond. They are processed, packaged, and shipped to various destinations. We're talking ketchup, salsa, pasta sauce, you name it. These products are staples in kitchens around the world. If it's tomato-based, chances are it started its life right here in the Golden State. California's climate and soil make it ideal for tomato farming. This kind of large-scale production requires a level of efficiency that would make a Swiss watchmaker blush. Precision and timing are key. And it all starts with those incredible machines and the dedicated people who operate them. Their hard work ensures that we have a steady supply of tomatoes year-round. Now I know what you're thinking. Mike, this all sounds very impressive, but where do the humans fit into all this high-tech farming? Well, let me tell you, it still takes a lot of hard work and ingenuity to keep these operations running smoothly. These farmers aren't just sitting back sipping lemonade while robots do all the work. They're the ones who keep those machines humming, who monitor the crops, and who make sure everything is running like a well-oiled tractor. And it's not just about the hardware either. These farmers are using sophisticated software to track everything from soil conditions to weather patterns. They're crunching data like Wall Street analysts, all in the name of growing the perfect tomato. Now, all this technology isn't just about making farming more efficient, it's about boosting the economy too. These high-tech farms create jobs not just for the farmers themselves, but for mechanics, engineers, software developers, you name it. And let's not forget about the ripple effect. All those tomatoes need to be processed, packaged, and shipped, which means more jobs in factories, transportation, and logistics. It's a whole ecosystem built around this little red fruit. So the next time you're enjoying a slice of pizza or a plate of spaghetti, take a moment to appreciate the hard work and ingenuity that went into those tomatoes. It's a true testament to American innovation and our ability to feed the world. Now I know what you're thinking, Mike, all this talk about efficiency and technology, it sounds a little industrial. And yeah, there's no denying that modern agriculture is a far cry from the small family farms of yesteryear. But here's the thing, these high-tech farms are actually better for the environment in a lot of ways. By using technology to optimize their operations, farmers can reduce waste, conserve water, and minimize their impact on the land. For example, those sensors I mentioned earlier, they're not just measuring the ripeness of the tomatoes, they're also monitoring soil moisture levels, so farmers can deliver just the right amount of water to each plant. No more, no less. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room: automation. There's no doubt that machines are replacing some manual labor on farms, and that's a sensitive subject. But it's not as simple as robots stealing jobs. For one thing, there's a massive labor shortage in agriculture. It's hard, demanding work, and it's getting harder to find people willing to do it. So, in some ways these machines are filling a critical gap, but it's also creating new opportunities. As farms become more technologically advanced, they need skilled workers who can operate and maintain these machines, analyze data, and troubleshoot problems. These are good-paying jobs that require education and training, and they're only going to become more in demand in the future. Now let's get back to the tomatoes themselves. These farmers aren't just growing any old tomatoes, they're growing varieties that are specifically bred for their flavor, texture, and ability to withstand the rigors of mechanical harvesting. And they're not just planting them in the ground and hoping for the best, they're carefully controlling every aspect of the growing environment, from the temperature to the humidity to the nutrient content of the soil. It's like a giant science experiment, and these farmers are the mad scientists, constantly tweaking and experimenting to create the perfect tomato. Remember all those sensors and software we talked about earlier? Well, they're generating a ton of data, and farmers are using that data to make smarter decisions about everything from planting to harvesting. They can track the growth of their crops in real time, identify potential problems before they become major issues, and adjust their practices accordingly. It's like having a crystal ball that tells you exactly what your plants need to thrive. And it's not just about individual farms either. By sharing data and collaborating with each other, farmers can learn from each other's successes and failures and improve the industry as a whole. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Well, for one thing, California is a leader in agricultural innovation, and the rest of the world is watching. Farmers from all over the globe are coming to California to learn from their techniques and adopt their technologies. And it's not just about tomatoes either. The same principles of efficiency, sustainability, and data-driven decision-making can be applied to any crop in any part of the world. So, the next time you bite into a juicy tomato, remember that you're not just tasting a fruit. You're tasting the future of agriculture. So, what's next for the world of high-tech tomato farming? Well, if there's one thing I've learned from all my dirty jobs, it's that there's always something new on the horizon. Researchers are constantly developing new technologies and techniques to make farming even more efficient, sustainable, and productive. We're talking about everything from robots that can pick tomatoes with the delicacy of a human hand, to drones that can monitor crops from the air. And who knows what other innovations are just around the corner. One thing's for sure, the future of agriculture is looking pretty darn bright, especially if you like tomatoes. Well folks, there you have it. A behind-the-scenes look at the amazing world of high-tech tomato farming in California. Who knew that something as simple as a tomato could be so complex and fascinating? I hope you learned a thing or two today and maybe even gained a new appreciation for the hard work and ingenuity that goes into putting food on our tables. And hey, the next time you're enjoying a delicious tomato-based dish, remember to thank a farmer, or a robot, or maybe both. Until next time, I'm Mike Rowe, and I'm out of here.